environment here for a 2A final tonight, and there's the tip-up, and Highland controls the tip. I am here tonight with my good friend and color man, Brian Hopkins, affectionately known as B-Hop.
What's up, buddy? Good
Welcome.
to see you.
Good to see you, too. What an environment we have tonight.
I tell you what, it is.
So the ball's on the left-hand wing. It's swung over to the right-hand wing. Highland controlling. West Burlington dropping into a 1-2-2 zone. And actually it looks more of a 2-3 zone right now. And Highland's got some athletes. They pass the ball inside, goes down low to number 2. That's Bill Burton. He hits the sophomore hits a little jumper in the paint, giving Highland a 2-0 lead at the beginning of the quarter here. Ball goes over to left-hand wing to Honig, over to Fogel for West Burlington, over to Deshaun Johnson on the right. He skips it over to Honig. Honig looks for 3, goes off the back of the rim and hits the standard above the basket, out of bounds. It'll be Highland ball.
Hey, your starters for West Burlington. We just got these lineups late, so we don't quite have the starters for Highland. But Jared Fogel, Deshaun Johnson, Caleb Honig, Clay Siefkin, and Tate Sawgrass to start.
That's number 30 for Highland, driving into the paint. Trent Lasik and Clay Siefkin. Clay Siefkin goes up and takes a charge.
Hey, good job. Clay got there early, a little bit early over the Highland player, and gets the ball back right over to West Burlington.
Your starters for Highland, Bill Burton, Tucker Hall. Deshaun Johnson driving the left-hand side of the lane, scores on the layup. He goes up against Terrence Landfair. Jesse Walrab, and I'm not sure who the 5th starter is out there. Hard to see a number.
I got 10, 50, number 4, number 2, and 30.
That's number 30, Trent Lasik. We mentioned him earlier. All right, now we'll get into the play-by-play and a little more. We were a little rushed here getting started at the beginning of the game due to some technical difficulties, but there's a jump ball called. It'll be West Burlington ball. 6:20 to go in the first quarter. The score is 2-2. Jared Fogel dribbles up the center of the court, feeds Clay Siefkin in the middle of the floor. He looks at the rim from the free throw line, off the back of the rim, and that ball go off to Deshaun Johnson. That'll be Highland's ball.
I think they're just trying to feel each other out right here. Everybody's kind of a little worked up. We'll settle down here. Clay's been battling real strong as the big guy down there. He just didn't get enough there, but see what Highland does.
Highland feeds the ball inside to number 4. Fogel with the steal. Fogel bringing the ball down the left-hand side of the floor. A lot of reaching going on there. It's Piers. He feeds Tate Snodgrass inside. Snodgrass goes the hole off the back of the rim. Siefkin with the rebound. There's a foul on that putback attempt. And Clay Siefkin will go to the line to shoot 2.
Hey, Jared Fogel to Tate Snodgrass. We just kept hitting the back of the rim there, bouncing out, but Clay Siefkin right behind him there to go, and now he's fouled shooting 2.
So Siefkin to the line to shoot the first of his 2, and then first one goes in. Gives the Falcons a 3-2 lead with 5:44 to go in the first quarter. Substitutes coming in for Highland. That's number 34, Chris Mellinger. Siefkin steps up to the line for his second. The shot's up. It's off the back of the rim. Rebound Highland. And so Jesse Walrup will bring the ball up the court for Highland. West Burlington still in their 2-3. Highland working the ball around the outside. They go over to the right wing to number 2, Bill Burton. Burton goes inside to number 50, Terence LaFair. He loses the handle, kicks it back out to the top of the key to Walrep. Walrep takes one dribble, stops, goes to number 10, Tucker Hall. Hall to Walrep. Walrep down to the corner to number 2, that's Burton. Burton back out to Walrep. Good job by the Falcons on defense here. The ball is swung over to number 10, Tucker Hall. He puts it back out top to Walrep. Walrep to Hall. Hall feeds the inside to Chris Mellinger. Mellinger kicks it out to Walrab, who takes a three-point shot, giving the Highland Huskies a 5-3 lead with 4:48 to go in the quarter. Honig with the skip pass to DeRozier. DeRozier down to Johnson. Johnson goes up. Looked like he might have been fouled, but no call. Highland comes away with the rebound. They push the ball up, back to Walreb. Walreb goes inside. The block by Clay Siefkin. Caleb Hoden comes up with the rebound. He's going down to the other end of the floor. And he will be called with a travel, carrying the ball on the right-hand side. So Highland gets the ball back after a great stop by the Falcons.
Yeah, it was kind of interesting. They sunk that three. They're coming off the last game. They beat Central Lee 54-50, but they were 0 for 15 on three-pointers. That's something worth noting. 1 for 1 tonight, Highland.
And I'm sure that's why West Burlington's coming out in that 2-3 zone look. They've not made too many attempts from three. They try to put the ball into Landfair. He loses the handle. Deshaun Johnson comes away with it. He's fouled going to the hole hard. Great job, Deshaun Johnson. He's fouled by number 4, Jesse Walrab.
And we've been to the foul line 3 times already with 4:05 still going the first quarter, and I think we're 1 for 4. Is that correct?
Yep. And Deshaun Johnson's going to go to the line. That's the first on Walrab. And he hits his first. Johnson hits the first.
Now we got no video, so we'll try to color it up as much
Absolutely.
as possible.
We need all the color we can get. And so Tyson Abbott will come in for Caleb Honig. He'll get a little bit of a rest. Deshaun Johnson shoots his second and buries it.
And Rich DeRozier's in the game as well, the sophomore.
So West Burlington, I'm sorry, we were looking at the scoreboard wrong there earlier. West Burlington is 6. No, they're messing the scoreboard up now. We're going to have to figure out what the score is. And while we do, Highland turns the ball over. It is a 5-5 tie according to the scoreboard with 3:54 to go. West Burlington is the visiting team on the scoreboard. So Fogel pushes it up to Abbott. He swings it back through Fogel to DeRozier on the left wing. Fogel to Abbott on the right. Abbott looks inside to Johnson, who looks for DeRozier. Cutting layup for the Falcons.
Abbott to Johnson to DeRozier for 2, baby. Nice working the ball.
Great pass. Great pass from the top there. So the Falcons lead 7-5. Highland feeds it inside to Landfair. It's stolen.
Deshaun Johnson with the steal.
Deshaun Johnson kicks it down to Abbott in the corner. Abbott takes a three-point shot. Goes off the side of the rim. Highland with the rebound to Burton. Burton dribbling through the pressure. He goes to the hole. Gives it up to number 34. That's Chris Mellinger who scores on a layup. So it's 7-7 with 3:01 to go in the first quarter. Abbott with the ball on the left-hand side. Goes to the top to Fogel. Fogel to DeRozier on the right. He skips up the shot. They swing it through the top. They go back down to Johnson, who is fouled on his shot fake step through.
I'll tell you.
You'll be interested to see who this foul is on. That's Highland's 4th foul. Foul's on number 34. Mellinger, his first.
Deshaun, one of the top free throw shooters, too, is statistically isn't hit his percentages here from the line. 1 for 5 there for Johnson.
More substitutes coming in for both teams. Snodgrass in for Siefkin, giving him a blow. Johnson missed his first, but knocked down his second.
During that free throw shooting, coach called DeRozier over there. He passed up a wide open 3, and DeRozier's solid at shooting the 3 ball. I think coach is going to say, hey, if it's there, take it.
Absolutely. He's helped us in the last few games that we've played in that regard. Skip pass by Highland to the right-hand wing. That's Burton, he kicks it to the top. Swing it over to Hall on the left. Hall goes to Jake Wood in the corner. And Tucker Hall takes a three-point shot. Missed. Rebound, Tate Snodgrass. Snodgrass gives the ball up to DeRozier. DeRozier brings it up the floor, gives it to Fogel, who gives it right back to DeRozier. He feeds Tyson Abbott down on the right-hand side of the wing. Back to DeRozier up top. Falcons are doing a good job spacing the floor on the offensive end, running against a 3-2 defense. And DeRozier gets the ball into Snodgrass. He's blocked out of bounds. West Burlington will retain possession.
Falcons are really wanting to work that inside Abbott to Johnson. Johnson down low to Tate. Defender there, Highland. Nice block, and it's West Burlington ball.
Definitely. And so DeRozier's got the ball on the left-hand wing. He gives it up to Fogel at the top, who gives it over to Abbott on the right. Back to Fogel on top. Fogel takes a couple dribbles in, gives it back to Abbott. Abbott looks inside. He skips it over to DeRozier. DeRozier feeds Deshaun Johnson on the baseline. He does another drop step, goes up for the shot. Might have been some more contact, but nothing's called. The ball's going out of bounds. Johnson with the save. Saves it to Fogel, gives it to DeRozier on the left-hand side.
And he shoots a 3, and he makes it, baby.
Excellent. That's exactly what we were talking about, B-Hop. We need DeRozier to step up. It's 11-7 with 1:17 to go in the first quarter. Highland swings the ball out to the right-hand wing for a three-point shot by Jesse Walrab. He nails it. That's the second three by the Huskies. Deshaun Johnson will try a three of his own that comes up short. DeRozier with a nice move inside. He's blocked. The rebound goes to Lasik, and the Falcons are called for a foul some 70 feet away from Highland's basket.
Brooks DeRozier's coming out. So is Deshaun Johnson. Checking in for them is Clay Siefken and Mr. Honig, big 35 sophomore.
Looks like Abbott's going to come out instead of DeRozier. The foul was on DeRozier. Is first. So the Huskies bring the ball up the floor. Lasik at the point. He swings it over to number 4. That's Walrab on the left-hand wing. He misses his three-point attempt this down. Rebound, Honig. Honig goes out to DeRozier. Gives it back to Honig. Honig looks inside to Siefken. He goes down to Tate Snodgrass. It bounces off his hand and off the rim. Snodgrass comes up with another offensive rebound and on his putback attempt is fouled.
He actually got 2 rebounds down there. Rebounded, put it up, rebounded again, and got the foul. So that's going to be team 6, I believe. Is that right?
I believe that's correct, and that'll send Snodgrass to the line. Hits the front of the rim, goes off the backboard, shooter's touch. Snodgrass buries the free throw. 12-10 with 35.6 seconds left in the first quarter. Snodgrass will step to the line for his second. It's up, and it's good. Highland will bring the ball down now. That'll be Trent Lasik bringing the ball up the floor for the Huskies. West Burlington staying back, their hands up in a 2-3 zone. Looks like Highland will try to hold for one shot with 25 seconds to go in the quarter.
Those Falcon fans are getting loud over there.
The clock down to 17 seconds. They're passing the ball up top. Lasik looks at the clock. It's down to 12. Now they go. Ball is kicked out top to number 10. They swing it over to Walrab. Walrab gives it up to number 30. That's Lasik. Lasik shoots. He misses, but he gets an offensive rebound. And at the buzzer, Lasik gets a putback.
Unbelievable.
So it's 13-10 Falcons. And also, they're saying that he was fouled on the play.
No time left on the clock. I think it's going to be 13-12, isn't it?
And so Lasik steps to the line to try to complete a conventional three-point play, but misses his free throw off the back of the rim.
But was it as intense as this?
I'll tell you what, a little smaller environment as Notre Dame is, right. And it was an intense game. Fogel's going to go try to pressure the inbound. Puts a little token pressure out there.
We'll talk about more how they got here at halftime.
You bet. Trent Lasik gets the ball up on top. He passes over to Hall on the left, back to Lasik. Lasik pushes the ball down to the corner to Burton. Burton up to Lasik. Back to Lasik, steps up for a three-point shot. He misses off the back of the rim. Rebound, Clay Siefken. The outlet goes to Jared Fogel. Fogel's driving. He gives it up to Deshaun Johnson, who goes up for the shot. Again, a lot of contact on that shot down low, but it's blocked, and it'll be West Burlington ball out of bounds underneath their own basket.
I don't know if you announced this, but West Burlington Falcons, you got Siefken, Honig, Deshaun Johnson, Tyson Abbott, and Jared Fogel.
On the out-of-bounds play, Fogel goes into Honig in the corner. He takes a three-point shot. It's missed. Abbott with the rebound. Abbott gets the ball out to Fogel. We get things back under control. Honig with the ball in the right-hand wing. He looks to Fogel up top. Now we're setting things up. Abbott's got the ball in the right-hand wing. Back to Fogel. They swing it to Honig on the left. Back to Fogel up top. Fogel drives to his left. He puts up a floater. It goes off the back of the rim. Rebound. Jared Fogel. Fogel dribbles out, gives the ball to Abbott up top. Abbott's looking cross-court to Honig. Honig dribbles down the middle. He goes to the rim. It's off the backboard. Missed.
So there was a lot of contact underneath there. No call initially, and now
they're going to call a foul on Clay Siefken.
Okay, away from the ball, I believe.
Away from the ball. It's a couple of missed shots, missed bunnies by the Falcons. There's 6:51 left in the second quarter. Falcons settle back into their 2-3 zone. The ball goes down to Landfair. Landfair up to Hall. Hall over to Walrab. On the right-hand side, it's Burton with the ball. Burton gives it up to number 22. That's Sandberg. Sandberg drives into the paint. Looks like that's off White. And it'll be West Burlington ball out of bounds on the near side.
And Coach in Highland's going to take a timeout after that ill-advised. They are giving a little extra here, a little more contact than maybe you would see down back home or whatnot.
You bet. So the ball's inbounded to Fogel. Up off the bench really quick after that timeout comes DeRozier. Fogel over to Abbott on the left-hand side. Goes down to Deshaun Johnson. He misses the turnaround jumper baseline. Rebound Highland.
Double coverage there on Deshaun down low, and he just couldn't get it in.
Jesse Walreb tries a pass inside that's deflected or kicked by a Falcon, so it'll be Huskies ball underneath their own basket.
Abbott's coming out. Rooks DeRozier checking in for the Falcons.
Falcons in their 2-3 zone underneath. They feed inside to 22 and Sandberg. Sandberg gets too far below the rim and hits the bottom of the rim on his shot attempt. DeRozier gets the ball on the offensive end. Honig to Fogel up top. Fogel gives the ball over to DeRozier. DeRozier swings it through Deshaun Johnson. Johnson over to Fogel. Highland now playing a man-to-man defense.
Clay's calling the ball down low.
Clay gets the ball on the baseline. He turns over his left shoulder with the right-hand hook. It's off the back of the rim. Rebound, Walrab. Walrab pushes the ball up to Hall on the left-hand wing. He takes a three. Another miss. Siefken with the rebound. Siefken gives the ball to Fogel. Fogel's looking up court. Nobody to pass to, so he'll dribble it up. Again, Highland showing man-to-man defense. Ball goes into Deshaun Johnson, who gives the ball to Rooks DeRozier on the left-hand side. DeRozier misses, but gets his own rebound, and the putback off the glass. So it's a 15-12 lead for the Falcons with 5:13 to go in the second quarter. Walrab holds up a few fingers. They're setting up a special play here, wanting a basket. He gives the ball over to the right-hand wing to Hall. Hall to Walrab. Back up to Burton on the left-hand wing. Back to Walrab up top. They're swinging the ball so quickly I can't mention all their names. They try to post feed inside. Fogel gets a deflection out of bounds. It'll be Highland Husky ball underneath their own basket as Tate Snodgrass checks in for Clay Siefken.
Hey, good job, Jared Fogel, getting his hand in there, messing it up just a little bit, but unfortunately we couldn't get to it before it goes out of bounds. Highland ball with 4:54 to go in the first half.
So the Huskies line up in a 1-4 high look. The ball is inbounded to number 10. That's Tucker Hall. He sells a shot fake to Honig, and he hits a three on the left-hand side. Now it's a 15-15 tie with 4:41 to go in the second quarter. Ball's over at Honig on the right-hand side. A reach around there by Sandberg knocks the ball out of bounds. Falcon ball underneath their own basket. Fogel's handed the ball, and he looks into DeRozier on the left-hand corner. DeRozier dribbles to his right, gives the ball back to Fogel, and they'll get something set up.
So you got Tate Snodgrass, Deshaun Johnson, and Honig down low there. They're big guys. Rooks DeRozier and Fogel are working the ball.
Honig pushes the ball over to Fogel on the left. Fogel dribbles to his left. He pulls up for a jumper, misses everything. Rebound, Huskies. Sandberg with the rebound. The ball goes out to number 2, Burton. Burton over to Walrab on the left-hand wing. Walrab thinks about it, but reconsiders, pushes the ball back up to Burton. Burton on the right, back to Walrab up top. He's balancing the floor. Ball goes to Sandberg on the left-hand wing. To Walrab. That went into Burton. Burton looked like he walked. One dribble jumper for number 10, Tucker Hall. That's missed, and Tate Snodgrass comes away with the rebound. Ball's pushed up floor to DeRozier. Fogel will get it up top and set things up for the Falcons. Ball goes to Honig on the right-hand wing. Honig takes the three. It's buried. Caleb Honig with a three-point basket. 3:26 to go in the second quarter. It's 18-15, your Falcons. Again with Walrab up top. Brings the ball up, takes the dribble in, gives it over to Burton on the right-hand wing. He tries to feed it inside to the high post, but it's stolen by Snodgrass, who pushes it ahead to DeRozier. DeRozier goes in for the layup. He misses. Rebound Huskies, but Fogel comes away with the basketball somehow. And then promptly turns it over in the corner. So the Huskies will have the basketball.
I would have liked maybe, Jared did a great job down low to get that ball back. I would have liked to maybe see a timeout there. Take a quick 30-seconder. calm it down back down. There was too much energy for a bad pass, and that's what happened, unfortunately.
Yep, absolutely. Abbott does come in for Fogel, and the Huskies will bring the ball up across half court.
I think we have plenty of timeouts. Both teams really has. Sorry to interrupt. Go ahead.
Hall feeds the ball into Walrab, who misses a jump shot. Goes out to Abbott. Abbott's got the ball at the top of the key. Gives it up to DeRozier, who goes to Deshaun Johnson. Johnson's driving. He loses the handle, and the Huskies dribble the ball out of bounds. It'll remain Falcon basketball underneath their own basket.
Looks like Mellinger for Highland picked up the ball, but unfortunately he was on the line there, so it's going to be West Burlington's ball again. We got lucky there.
Siefken comes in for Johnson. Abbott's got the ball out, and he will throw it into the top of the key to DeRozier. DeRozier dribbles to his right, gives the ball to Abbott. Abbott looking inside to Snodgrass. Gives it up to Siefken at the top of the key. Swings it over to DeRozier on the left. There's Snodgrass on the left-hand block. He misses, but Siefken comes up with a big rebound, and he'll be fouled on the shot. That'll send Clay Siefken to the line for two.
These officials definitely do a lot better job than I ever could. There was a lot of contact down there, but Clay Siefken to power up and get that rebound of Tate Snodgrass's and put it up, and there was definitely more contact. They called a foul.
So Siefken steps to the line with a 3-point lead. He puts his first shot up. That'll extend the lead to 4 with 2:25 to go in the second period. Another substitute comes in for Highland, Therese Lonfair, checking into the game for Lasik.
Hey, don't be surprised if Highland gets it to Tucker here for a three. He's pretty hot-handed.
Siefken steps up for his second shot, misses off the back of the rim. Walrab comes away with the rebound. He's dribbling in the middle, gives it up to 22 at the top of the key. That's Sandberg. The ball rolls around, and it goes in. So it's a 19-18 Falcon lead with 2:10 to go in the quarter. A lot of ball pressure up top. And the ball is saved by Abbott, who Snodgrass picks up the ball and scores on a layup. It's 21-18 Falcons.
I'll tell you what, they have a lot of pressure on Tyson Abbott as a guard there. He lost the handle, regained it, dished it to Snodgrass. He miraculously got the ball and put it up for two.
So 1:46 to go in the second period. Falcons with a 3-point lead, still sitting back in their 2-3 zone. That's a steal by DeRozier. DeRozier around his back, gives it up to Abbott for a layup, and it rims around and goes in. It is a 23-18 Falcon lead with 1:30 to go in the second period.
They're on an 8-3 run, the Falcons are. It was tied up at 15 apiece. It is now 23-18. What do you say about that?
That's awesome. Here comes Tucker Hall for the Huskies. He gives the ball up to Walrab on the right-hand wing. Hall drives the middle, loses the handle on the ball, but eventually comes up with it. Walrab on the right wing. There's Burton at top.
Oh, it's getting loud in here.
Dribbles in. And again, here we go over to Walrab on the right-hand wing. He taps a three. Rebound Tyson Abbott.
I've been saying his name a lot. I'll tell you what, he's stepping up a senior right here. He's been stepping up and doing a lot. Over to Honig.
Honig goes inside to Siefken. Siefken turns baseline. Gives a finger point over to Honig for the feed because he scored on the baseline drop step with 43 seconds to go. Your Falcons are up 7, 25-18. Ball over to Hall on the left-hand wing. This zone seems to be working very well for the Falcons. Looks like Walrab will hold the ball for one last shot here at the end of the quarter. 29 seconds to go.
29 seconds to go. I'll tell you what, that last possession really quieted this crowd over here. We are announcing on the visitors section, just to tell the people at home, our mics are all set up over here. All that noise you hear is from across court.
15 seconds to go in the quarter. Walrab with the ball at the top of the key. It's now down to 10. Now he's going to go. He puts the ball over to Tucker Hall on the left. Back to Walrab, who dribbles right. They go look inside for a layup. It's number 50. That's Landfair, and he scores with just under a second for your Falcons. Deshaun Johnson, Jared Fogle, Caleb Honig, Clay Siefken, Tate Snodgrass. So Highland comes out in the man-to-man defense at the start of the second half. Fogle gives the ball up to Johnson on the right-hand wing. He feeds Snodgrass, but it's taken away by number 30. That's Lasik. The Huskies put up a three-point attempt, and Siefken and Lasik tie things up. Highland will have the ball underneath their own basket.
Something I noticed, the no call is there's a lot of contact going up for those rebounds, and they're not making the calls on both sides. You know, not just one-sided, but just
Yeah, good move there by Lasik, taking the ball inside. He kicks the ball out to number 4, Walrab, who misses his three-point attempt. The ball is definitely tipped out of bounds by the Huskies.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Some of the fans didn't like it, but it was a good call. We got a pretty good view on that angle, and I agree with you 100%.
So West Burlington bringing the ball up to court. Fogle at half court. The Falcons line up in a UCLA cut look. They're coming out the backside. Honig forgets to screen for Fogle. On the right, Fogle's got the ball on the right-hand side. Snodgrass coming across the lane. They go into Siefken. Siefken puts up a off-balance shot. It's rebounded by the Huskies. Sandberg gives it up to Lasik. Lasik coming down the middle of the lane. He tries to pass out to the wing. Honig goes out to challenge the shot. The ball is moved around well by the Huskies. Sandberg with the ball on the right-hand side of the court. Burton back over to Lasik, who attempts the three. It rims in and out. Siefken comes away with the rebound. Outlet goes to Fogle. Fogle's looking up floor, and he'll be called with a travel on the bounce pass, even though the ball was tied up by a Husky player.
Yeah, definitely. There's two Huskies on Fogle there. They got a hand on it. He was trying to do a pass, and they called the travel by the official on the other side of the court. He must not have saw the hand.
Nope, DeRozier, like you said, we've got a pretty good angle up here. DeRozier comes in for Snodgrass. The Falcons drop into their 2-3 zone. A flash inside by Lasik. Over to the right-hand wing. Lasik, a running jump pass, gives it up to Burton. Burton out to Hall. Hall drives inside and gives the ball up to Lasik. He's fouled on his drive to the basket.
I anticipate a call on Deshaun Johnson here. And it was fouling Deshaun Johnson.
So the foul on Johnson. To the line for 2 shots is Lasik. Lasik hits his first. It's 25-21 with 6:13 to go in the third quarter. The Falcon fans getting into the cheering over there. Again, Lasik steps to the line. The shot is up. Nothing but the bottom of the net. Cutting the lead to 3 with 6:11 to go in the third.
Hey, good composure there. There's a lot of noise over there, and nothing but net on that one.
The Huskies showing man-to-man again. The ball is fed inside to Johnson. Johnson goes to the baseline. He misses his shot, but he gets his own rebound. Misses his second putback. Fogle comes away with the rebound, and he dribbles out. Gives it back to Johnson on a nifty pass. Johnson with the layup. 27-22 Falcons with 5:45 to go in the third quarter.
Nice pass there by Jared Fogle. Wide open to Sean Johnson that time, and he buries it that time.
The Huskies give the ball out top. They pass it around a few times. It goes to Walrab. Walrab misses his three-point attempt. Honig with the rebound. Honig dribbling the ball down court, and it's tipped out of bounds by the Huskies. It'll be Falcon ball underneath their own basket.
Hey, good job by Honig getting that rebound. He's a great ball handler. Probably tried too much there, take it all the way down the court, and just actually we're lucky it's still our ball. Knocked out by Highland.
So the Falcons inbound to Johnson over on the baseline. Johnson takes a jump shot that's missed. Siefken hustles out and saves it. Here comes Lasik. He goes coast to coast. The ball is blocked by Honig. Unfortunately, Johnson comes up with the rebound as he's flying out of bounds. And so the Huskies will keep the ball.
That's exactly right. Honig hustling his butt off to get to the other side. Blocks the ball. Goes right into Johnson as he's coming on his backside and just into his arms, out of bounds.
So Snodgrass comes in for Johnson. The Huskies inbound the ball, and Snodgrass comes away with a key rebound. Wow! He is... Apparently there's a jump ball on that, and Falcons will retain possession.
Hey, Tucker Hall for the Highland just snuck up on him, and intensity by Tucker. Look, he's back.
And the Huskies show some press, and Lasik gets the foul on Fogle quite a ways away from his own from the Falcon basket, trying to deny the pass. That's his third.
Yeah, 5:06 to go in the third.
So a 5-point lead for the Falcons with 5 minutes to play. Fogle bringing the ball up the floor. He goes to Honig over on the right-hand wing. Honig, little hop-back move, shoots a three-point basket shot. It's missed. Fogle comes away with the rebound. He kicks it out to DeRozier. DeRozier to Siefken at the free throw line. He'll give it back out and get things set up. DeRozier driving down the left-hand side. He goes all the way to the rim and scores on a layup.
That sophomore looked like a senior right there. My God, took on 3 players and put it in. Brooks DeRozier, ladies and gentlemen.
7-point lead for your Falcons with 4:29 to go in the third quarter.
Oh, nice.
Good post feed there by the Huskies, working from behind the zone. Ends up in a layup for Burton. So it's a 5-point lead with 4:11 to go in the quarter. Ball is tipped, and Honig gives the ball back to Fogel in the corner. Fogel will shoot a 3. It's nothing but air, and Walrab comes away with the rebound. He's dribbling the ball up, gives it up to Burton. Burton at the top of the key. Falcons back in their 2-3 zone, give up another post feed, and it's a miss, but there's going to be another foul, and guess who that's going to be on? That foul is going to be on number 30, Lasik. I believe that's going to be his 4th.
Hey, you're going to get some fouls when you're playing with this much intensity. I'll tell you, on both sides of the court, these boys, they want to leave nothing on this court tonight.
Yeah, not a good foul for the Falcons. 3:48 to go in the third period, and Lasik will take a seat with a 5-point deficit. So Fogel's bringing the ball up the floor again. He gives it over to DeRozier on the right. There's a ball screen for him by Snodgrass. DeRozier takes a couple dribbles, attempts a 3. Snodgrass comes away with the rebound. He gives it to Abbott. Abbott swings the ball through DeRozier. DeRozier at the top of the key. He gives it up to Abbott on the right. Snodgrass posting up. A good post feed by Abbott to Snodgrass, who drop steps to his left, and apparently there's a jump ball called on what looked like a good shot attempt by Snodgrass.
Oh, and Coach is all over on one of the officials' ears, and he's trying to figure out what happened there. I don't know what really happened. It looked like a block ball to me, so they must have called a jump off the block.
Yeah, it must be, and Snodgrass came away from it and had a wide-open layup before the jump, what would have been a wide-open layup before the jump was called. But regardless, Huskies bring the ball down, and they go inside again, kick it out to number 14. That was Jake Wood, who attempted a 3-point shot, missed, and DeRozier comes away with the rebound. He's now playing at the point guard for the Falcons. He gives it up to Abbott, who's on the right-hand side. Abbott takes a few dribbles to his left, gives it up to DeRozier. DeRozier's looking inside. He swings it through Abbott, and Shellman will call a timeout with 2:49 to go in the third period.
There's so much act.
Abbott, Fogel, Snodgrass, Johnson, and DeRozier on the floor for the Falcons. And they're running a set out of the timeout. They go to Snodgrass at the top of the key. Abbott dribbling to his left. He gets blocked on his shot attempt going down to the baseline. They're going to push the ball ahead to number 50, Landfair, who traveled prior to his layup attempt.
So just to describe it at home, Tyson went up for a layup, got snuffed. Rebound Highland all the way down court to a wide open trio.
Landfair, yeah.
Highland, and fortunately they took too many steps.
Good news for the Falcons. Abbott with the ball, the feed to Snodgrass. Snodgrass gets a lot of contact inside as they try to get the ball popped out, which they do. Johnson does a little spin move, and Sandberg goes up to block the shot, but he's going to be called for a foul on Johnson's spin move. That'll send Johnson to the line for 2.
Sandberg definitely got ball on that. I think what the official saw was maybe some body contact as well. He calls the foul. He's going to send Deshaun Johnson for 2.
So Johnson steps up to the line. The ball is up, and it's good. The Falcons are now leading 30-24 with 2:15 remaining in the third period. Highland now calls a 30-second timeout.
PA just got our fans, I think, a notch up, so we'll see what happens.
So it'll be Husky ball on the far side. They inbound it to Wood at the top of the key. Wood goes over to Lasik. Lasik back to Wood. He gives it to Walrab on the left-hand side. Goes into Burton inside. Wood with another 3-point attempt. It's missed. Johnson comes away with the rebound, pushes it up to DeRozier, and he pushes it up to Snodgrass, but Snodgrass will be fouled by Wood on the pass attempt. So the Falcons will have the ball underneath their own basket. 7:41 to go in the game.
West Burlington had a 2-on-1 fast break there, and I think the Highland player just needed a foul there, and that's probably a good foul to keep it from an easy 2.
Into Siefkin on the right-hand side. Great play by the Falcons. Siefkin scores on the layup. 35-32 with 7:34 to go in the game.
They inbounded right to him, and he was wide open going up in the air. So nice, easy 2 points for the Falcons.
So Lasik at the top of the key gives the ball up to Burton. Burton goes over to Wood on the right. Back to Lasik. Lasik gives the ball back to Burton. Burton with the dead. Good cut there. Oh, goodness. Good cut there by Lasik, who runs into Siefkin, and the official is going to call a blocking foul before the shot, and it'll be Husky ball underneath their own basket. 35-32 with 7:14 to go in the game. The ball is inbounded to Landfair, who was key in that comeback attempt. A little bit of a trap there on Lasik. Lasik goes up to Wood. Wood over to Sandberg. Sandberg back to Lasik. Back to Wood at the top of the key. They feed Sandberg inside. He turns around, hits his jumper. It's 35-34 with 6:51 to go in the game. Falcons have a 1-point lead. Johnson driving down to his right. He is knocked down to the ground, but the Huskies come away with the ball. 6:30 to go in the game. 35-34 Falcons. The ball is pushed up there to Lasik. Lasik takes one dribble to his left, running jumper. He misses, but comes away with his own rebound. He pulls the ball out at the top of the key. They give the ball over to Sandberg. Sandberg attempts a three. Snodgrass comes away with the rebound. He gives it up to Fogle. West Burlington, 6:12 to go in the game. They feed it over to DeRozier on the right-hand wing. DeRozier looks inside. They give it to Snodgrass up top. He swings it over to Fogle. 6:05 to go. Fogle dribbles to his right. Back dribbles. He ends up wide open for a little jumper. He misses, but he comes up with his own rebound. They push the ball out to Johnson. Johnson dribbles a couple times to his left. He gives it into Siefkin. Siefkin turns baseline. He goes up, and a lot of contact there, but he scores on the layup. It's 37-34 with 5:42 to go in the ball game.
I'm seeing some tired Falcons up there, and I think that's why our balls are coming up a little short.
Sandberg drove to the middle there, and now the Highland Huskies kind of try to settle things down. Wood at the top of the key. He's hit a couple of threes. We got to have a hand up on that shooter. They go into Landfair, who misses his jump shot. And Deshaun Johnson comes away with the rebound, gives it into DeRozier. DeRozier into Snodgrass. Snodgrass misses his drop step shot. And there's a jump ball called. Clay Siefkin ties him up, and Siefkin will come out of the game, replacing him, Darius Red. It'll be the Falcons' ball underneath their own basket.
Yeah, I think that's a good call. Darius Red hasn't gotten the game yet, but a good player. I mean, I'm really impressed with that sophomore, or junior, excuse me.
Snodgrass gets the feed from Fogle. He goes up and is fouled by number 22, Sandberg. That's his second foul. The team's sixth. The Falcons only have 2 team fouls. Snodgrass will go to the line for 2.
You mentioned the Falcons have 2 fouls compared to their 6. I'll tell you what, I'd take the ball down slow, set it up a little bit, and try to draw a couple more fouls. Take it inside, power up. Maybe you get a call or 2.
Snodgrass, the sophomore, steps up to the free throw line and calmly hits his 2 free throws. It's 39-34 Falcons with 5 minutes to go in the game. The Huskies bring the ball up the floor. And a little bit of reach there by Fogle on the basket cut feed by the Huskies from the left-hand side. It'll be their ball underneath their own basket. They hand the Huskies the ball, and the Huskies throw the ball up top. That's Hall with the ball. He gets the ball up there to number 30, Lasik on the right-hand side. Back through Hall, over to Walreb. Walreb to Lasik. They're swinging the ball too fast to call the game. And Walrab with the ball at the top of the key. Again, Lasik on the left-hand side. He loses the handle. Johnson comes away with it, dribbled it off his foot. Johnson going to the baseline. He's blocked by Landfair. Landfair pushes the ball up to a wide-open Lasik. Lasik goes up for the layup. It's 39-36 Falcons, 4:22 to go in the game. We've got to do a better job of getting back, B-Hop.
Yeah, it's been a long game, a lot of intensity. Those legs are getting a little tired here. And They're a pretty conditioned team, the Falcons. No disrespect to that. This game's just been going insane from start to now with 4 minutes to go in the fourth.
4-point lead for the Falcons. Snodgrass gets the ball inside. He picks it up. He's tackled by Lunsford. The ball is squirts loose, and Highland comes away with it. So now, with a 4-point lead, the Huskies have the ball. Lasic's got it. I'm sorry, 3-point lead. The Huskies have the ball at the top of the key. Ball is now at Sandberg in the corner. Into the paint comes Lasic. Lasic gives the ball up to Landfair, who puts up a shot but is fouled on his attempt. And the foul is going to be on Darius Red, his first.
So it looks
Shooting
like
two is Landfair.
Honig, Siefken, and Abbott are ready to check in.
And
DeRozier, Snodgrass, and Darius Red are coming out.
Okay, so Landfair missed his first. It's a 3-point lead. Falcons have a 3-point lead with 3:35 to go in the game. Ball given to Landfair on the free throw line. And it hits the front of the rim but bounces in. So now it's a 2-point deficit for the Huskies with 3:33 to go in the game. Fogle bringing the ball up the floor. He gives it over to Abbott on the right-hand side. Abbott looks inside, doesn't like what he sees, gives it to Johnson. Johnson swings the ball over to Fogle. Fogle with a 3-point attempt. Nothing but air. Siefken comes up with a big rebound. He's fouled, and he puts in the basket.
He's going for three, baby. I'll tell you what. Fogle was wide open. He shoots the three. It goes long, right in the hands of Clay Siefken, who powers it up and gets a foul, makes it going for three.
The foul is on Walrab. That's his third. Siefken goes to the free throw line with a 4-point lead with 3:19 to go. He hits his free throw. Now it's a 5-point lead.
Money. They're pushing it.
So the Falcon fans are excited. And the Highland coach is not. Coach Marcus Hall calls a time.
True, and for your Falcons, you got Fogle, Abbott, Honig, Snodgrass, and Clay Siefken.
So Burton will take the ball at the top of the key. There's a high screen over here for Lasic. Lasic takes a couple dribbles to his left, puts up a three, and misses. Siefken comes away with the rebound. 3 minutes to go in the game. Fogle bringing the ball up the floor. He dribbles to his left on the crossover. He gets all the way into the paint, gives it up to Honig. Honig going to the rim. He misses on his little jumper, but it's off the Huskies, Walrab, and the Falcons will retain possession underneath their own basket.
Hey, Clay Siefken and the Highland player, a lot of contact going up for that rebound. Highland player just tips it right out, but no call, and West Burlington ball.
Ugh. Big pass up to the top of the key. Tyson Abbott went up for it. Into Tate Snodgrass. Back to Abbott. Back to Honig in the corner. Back out to Abbott. Abbott will dribble around his back, and it's taken away from him at half court by Burton. Burton gives the ball up. They bring it down. There's a shooter over on the left-hand wing for the Huskies. That's number 4, Walrab. He hits a three. It's 40-42, 2:20 to go in the game. Your Falcons have a 2-point lead.
That's huge for Highland right there. Abbott just got out. Defense lost the ball, and Highland took it down and scored a 3-point play.
And now the first time in the ball game on a post-up call, they're going to call a foul on Snodgrass, saying he pushed on his post-up. So with a 2-point deficit, the Huskies will get the ball back with 2:09 to go. Snodgrass will come out of the game with it's his second team foul. Coach Shulman encouraging him. Deshaun Johnson in for Snodgrass.
Oh, my.
So we've got Fogle, Abbott, Snodgrass, Johnson, Siefken, and Honig. The ball goes to the top of the key to Landfair. Landfair swings the ball. They get the ball into the corner for Walrab. Walrab doesn't have anything to look at. He gives the ball to Sandberg at the top of the key. Sandberg's on the right-hand side, my fault. That's Lasic at the top of the key. And Sandberg takes a look at the rim. He takes a couple dribbles. Might have walked on that pass attempt. And there's a drive down the middle of the paint by Lasic. He gives it up to number 2, Burton, who scores on the layup. 42-42 with 1:30 to go in the ball game. So Fogle brings the ball up the floor, and we will have a timeout. West Burlington.
And for your and that's great advice, by the way. For the Falcons, you got Siefken, Fogle, Rooks, DeRozier, Deshaun Johnson, and Honig.
The Falcons inbound the ball to DeRozier. DeRozier to Fogle at half court. Fogle crosses over to the point guard. He's going to his left. Highland did come out in man-to-man. They go into Johnson. Johnson was being reached over by their defender.
Good job
by
Johnson getting the ball back out.
Siefken at the ball at the free throw line. DeRozier with the ball at the top. 1:07 to go in the game. Fogle with the ball on the right-hand side. We're down to a minute. We go into Siefken. Siefken turns to his baseline. He hits the bank shot. Give some credit to Fogle for the feed. 44-42 with 54 seconds to go in the game. The Huskies bring the ball down the floor. They feed inside to Sandberg. Sandberg kicks it around. Skip pass over to Lasik. Lasik goes inside to Walreb. Walreb over to Lasik. Lasik feeds Curtin inside. He scores on a layup of his own with 35 seconds to go in the game. 44-44. 30 seconds to go. Fogle comes across half court. Both teams have 2 timeouts. Fogle dribbling to his left. No timeout called here. Now Shellman will call a timeout with 23. And so they've got to be aware of that situation as well. So we'll come out of this timeout. The Falcons will set up underneath their own basket. And it looks like the Huskies come out in a 2-3 zone and a different kind of look. And so now we go into Johnson in the left-hand side. Johnson dribbling the ball to his right. And he's guarded by Landfair. Landfair,
15
Johnson
seconds.
Over to Fogle. Fogle dribbling down the paint. He gives it up to Johnson. Johnson goes up with a shot. He is hammered by Landfair with 9.2 seconds on the clock. And Johnson is going to go to the line for 2.
He got hit hard underneath there. He stood up, started stuttering around a little bit, but I'll tell you what, Johnson is one of our best free throw shooters, statistically. So,
okay, Johnson fell on the floor. They pulled a towel out to get the floor.
In my opinion.
Landfair went up in the air and didn't have any choice on where he was coming down. He landed right on top of him. So Johnson steps to the free throw line, shooting 2. Both teams have 1 timeout. 9.2 seconds left on the clock. It's a 44-44 tie. So Johnson has the ball. He puts up his first. It's off the back of the rim. He steps back from the line and goes to the line for his second. 1 shot remaining for Johnson here. He puts up his second shot. It's good. So here come the Huskies. Okay, we have a substitute waiting coming into the game. That was Snodgrass.
And Abbott. Tyson Abbott's in. Snodgrass is in. Coming out is Honig and Clay Siefken. So they want some speed here and see what happens.
So here comes a little bit of ball pressure by the Falcons. And guess what? Abbott gets after the ball handler, and there's a foul. So now with 8.2 seconds, the foul might have been a little bit early. But with 8.2 seconds on the clock, it's 45-44. Tyson's got to be careful not to make that an intentional foul as well. So now the Huskies roll the ball in. And the ball goes to Lasik. Lasik's coming down the floor. Abbott on defense. Lasik going to his right. There's a pass made by Lasik. It's kicked. It'll be Highland ball. Who kicked it?
I have no idea.
I think it'll be Highland ball underneath their own basket. Looks like the Falcons go man-to-man. Double screen for Lanford. They're blocking everything. The ball's up top. Shot by at the buzzer. It's missed. Your Falcons win. Your Falcons win. 45-44. They are your District 10 champions and will be going to the sub-state game in Muscatine.
Wow. What a game, ladies and gentlemen. What a game.
Fantastic ball game, folks. Your West Burlington Falcons, a 12-10 team coming into your District 10 final, face the Highland Huskies of Riverside, a 17-4 team. And you can hear the fans. They believe that they could win. And there is a celebration going on over in front of the West Burlington Falcon student body. Your Falcon players headed over there, and everybody's jumping up and down, believing they can win. What a great effort. Got to give credit to the Highland Huskies. They battled, and they did just come up just short, but how about your Falcons?
Hey, they had me a little worried there. I gotta be honest. I They won. I mean, what do you do? I think that, honestly, though, with, 8-9 seconds to go and the ball's all the way on the other side, what's up?
No, I just love to see his players. Love to see his players exiting, and they're just hugging, patting each other on the. You can feel the team at this point. Go ahead, B-Hop.
No, I don't really know what to say. That's about it. It's about really the energy that's happening right now. It's been a while. I don't think the boys program has gone this far in a while. They are now, and they got definitely the support by not just parents of the kids, but like we said, the student body, all their friends. I saw some Notre Dame kids down there, which is kind of nice. It's just a good community. Burlington's a great community, and it shows at events like this, and I'm excited for another game.
Absolutely, and we don't know who we're going to be facing in that. We didn't get a bracket tonight prior to the ball game. We believe, and this is just completely hearsay, that maybe Iowa City Regina is in that side of the brackets, coming into that sub-state game that we played in Muscatine this Saturday. And I believe that game will be at 7 o'clock.
So it's going to be in Muscatine no matter what, correct?
I believe so. I believe that no matter what the outcome of this game or the other game, that sub-state final will be played in Muscatine on Saturday at 7 p.m. So, wow, that was a great game to call. I'm glad we got all the equipment set up just in the nick of time. B-Hop.
I got to go take a shower, man. I'm up here sweating. I got drip all over my forehead. I mean, it's just the intensity, the energy, the heats that produce all through the fans and my excitement. Yeah, I'm going to go shower up, but I'll tell you what, if there's any way for us to get this hook up there, we don't know for sure. Most likely, if there's any way possible, we're going to have the game for you. It'll be audio only. Obviously, there's no way we can do the video just for state regulations and whatnot, but we will definitely have the audio, so turn in Saturday because we are playing, baby.
The Falcons are excited, and again, your Falcons win a barn burner here in Mount Pleasant. 45-44 over the Highland Huskies, and we'll see who's next up. Check the website for more information. Go Falcons.
Falcon up, baby.